So if you own a business and you're getting a divorce or considering getting a divorce, we are going to want to do a business valuation. We're going to need to decide the value of your business, and then secondarily, is that value a separate property or is it a community property? Because if it's a community property, there might be issues of some type of buyout. Just like in normal divorce, when maybe we don't have a business at stake, but we have a home with a mortgage, and we're talking about buying out the value of that equity that you have in that house. So it's important for us to understand what your business is worth and its classification. And so once we have that information, then we can put that into the mix as we strategically look at what would make sense here as far as dividing up the assets, including possibly that business. When we're looking at investments in real estate in a divorce scenario, often, it's a matter of gathering all the information, showing us what exactly we have, and then determining what is going to make the most sense when it comes to dividing it. So when we're looking at real estate, right now, there's such an interest in the divvying up of real estate because of the interest rates. We can all look back to COVID times when interest rates were 2%, 2.5%. So many families have houses on those low interest rates, and now they might be looking at a divorce, and to buy out their spouse, they're now looking at refinancing it and getting an interest rate that might be 6.5%, 7%. That's a big difference. That can be a huge difference in the amount of house you buy. So making sure that we understand exactly what you have, what your limitations are as far as your monthly income. These are all things we want to look at so that we can help you make the best decision when it comes to, is a buyout right for you? So sometimes when you're getting divorced, one of the big questions is, am I about to be paying spousal maintenance to my spouse so that they can maintain the lifestyle that they have had during our marriage? And really asking yourself, does that mean I'm giving, 50% of my monthly paycheck to my spouse? And the answer to that in good lawyer fashion is it depends. And so, there are factors we look at: the duration of marriage, the disparity of income, the potential for earning further income, the impacts on the children. So there's a variety of things we're going to look at as we look to determine what might be a reasonable spousal maintenance award in your case. And so you can't just assume that that's what's going to happen, but it is very important that you get into an attorney so that you can discuss the particular nuance of your case, and so that you can have a much better idea and a much more reasonable expectation about what is possible when it comes to what you might owe in spousal maintenance. So if you're coming into divorce and, you kind of consider yourself a high net worth individual where you might have a variety of properties around, and assets and different things, and you really worry about, is this going to open you up for some type of other situation? Like, can people gain access to your information? Will people be able to learn things about you that maybe they didn't know before, And these are all reasonable considerations, because many of the documents that we are filing in court are filed in the public record. They are available to be seen. There are some circumstances that allow us to put some things under seal, which means that they would not be in fact public, but it is not the norm that documents are getting filed under seal. So if you have concerns about privacy, confidentiality, whether you really don't want your entire financial life kind of open season for anyone who wants to search through court records, then considering doing something different, like maybe a collaborative law process versus a litigated process, might be something to consider. If you have any questions at all about your high net worth divorce or a divorce involving your business, your investments, your real estate, reach out to Elise Bowie Family Law Group. We'd be happy to have a consult and discuss these issues with you.